What up, what up, what up? What is happening, good people? Welcome to this Relationship Friday edition of Herb and Tool, alongside both the illustrious Toussaint Warner and the magnificent E4O. My name is Herb Howard. We get together, we talk about relationships on Relationship Friday. We think that everything that we want to do in our communities, agricultural, education, economics, all of that stuff has to be built on solid relationships as a foundation. We don't think we got that right now, so we talk about those on Fridays. We talk about those things with you. So please add your input. As always, it's valued, it's appreciated. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the page, and set the alert so you get reminders anytime that the page goes live. And also, please share the conversation with somebody that you think would find value in or add value to this particular conversation. Again, it is Herb and Tool on a Relationship Friday. Her name is E. My name is Herb. His name is Tool. Tool, what's happening, good brother?
Today we mourning the death of sucker shit. That's the lane we in. We mourning the death of sucker shit.
Why would we mourn the death of sucker shit?
Cause what was the last time we was here? We did Podcast Bros, right? And Podcast Bros get a lot of attention. And I'm sick of sucker shit. We're getting rid of sucker shit.
Okay.
Sucker
but
free
we're happy
Fridays.
about it.
Huh?
We're happy about that though. We're not mourning it.
Okay, it's just death though. We usually mourn death. I don't celebrate death, but we get rid of the sucker shit.
Woohoo! Go Greyhound.
Kill him. Nah.
Keisha dead? Keisha dead.
Keisha dead.
How she died? She got hit by a bus. Woo! Go Greyhound.
Go.
I'm gonna stop explaining my stand-up comedy references, man. People either gotta get them or they don't get them. E, what's up with you? How you feeling?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah, I think I'm all right.
True or false? You started your video vixen career last weekend.
False, nigga.
Oh, okay.
Like y'all was all in the comments. First of all,
I didn't say nothing.
first and foremost,
I said nothing.
you was over here telling all my business
I said nothing.
because we took a private class.
Y'all posted it to the world. I wasn't there.
Nothing. I didn't post nothing.
I wasn't there. If it was private, I wouldn't even know it
He didn't
happened.
try to set me up to shit on y'all though. He tried to set me up.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You was
No, I
trying to-
didn't.
You
You was
said-
throwing all the pictures, and I was like, "Bloop, I'm not swinging."
I don't know what you was
I'm not
thinking.
swinging.
All I said was E and them. I was like, this GALentine's Day, this new thing. I don't even know what GALentine's is. I said E and them did one.
That sounded so
That's
sincere.
all I said.
That sounded sincere. It did.
That's all I
Valentine's
said.
Day is just the day. It's usually before. So today
For the
would
gals
actually
to
be
do Valentine's?
Valentine's Day, and you celebrate your girlfriends.
How lonely? How
It does sound lonely and gay.
how lonely do women gotta be to
lonely.
get a group Valentine's Day thing with just the gals?
But
It's
you,
us, baby.
We'll get each other flowers and
you
candy.
single or you might be in a relationship. It doesn't matter. It's a mixture, and it's just
What if dudes did that?
Dude times.
y'all do
Melon
shit-
time.
Valentine's Day.
Y'all do that type of stuff every time y'all go and play a sport together.
No, it's not the same.
GALentine's Day.
Galen times. Right. Galen time.
Galen
Fuck out of here.
Y'all would be like, you?
And we took a lap dance and a twerk class back to back, and it was a workout. And we're gonna have Chastity on. We took it with class with Chastity. She does like stilettos and heels, lap dance class. Get
Yeah.
sexy back. So we'll have her on though.
I saw y'all doing y'all thing. You sure you wasn't starting that wasn't your tip drill debut?
No,
Okay.
I was testing my knees out, see if I still have knees.
Wait. So
Little folks, they worked. I saw you.
I
Jay.
Stilettos workouts, is that what that is you said?
You is lap dance or stilettos and heels.
But the concept is working out.
Yeah,
I mean, dancing is working out. You ever seen a professional dancer that's not fit?
we burned like 500 something calories.
Yes, I have.
You've seen a professional dancer that's
Talking about
not
strippers or
fit.
dancers?
Man, knock it off. Man.
I didn't know. Do you ever seen a professional dancer with a strip pole?
Have I ever seen a professional dancer with a strip pole?
The dancer that you're trying to qualify being in shape.
Yes, I've seen them with strip poles.
Where?
Yeah.
They have classes with it. They got pole classes.
No, hold on, goddammit. You move the goalpost.
No, I'm not. You
Yes,
said
you
have I
are.
seen them when? I said
You
yes.
asked
They do
me-
entire classes.
You asked me, have I seen a professional dancer that was not in shape?
Sure.
I said, sure I have.
Okay, you're right.
Right?
Strippers,
Now,
strippers
I
are
had a
professionals.
qualified dancer, because my mind went immediately to stripper.
Dance
as
like
dancer,
how? Like ballet and
dance
shit?
like how? Like
Oh.
ballet and shit? Right. That's exactly where my mind went, because the stripper pole was already involved in the conversation.
Okay. Yeah,
right?
okay, all right.
So we're going to go ballet.
I painted with too broad of a brush.
classical tap.
Sure.
Yeah, I get you,
Modern.
nigga, but that is the kind of dancing we talking about.
Okay, I painted with too broad of a brush. Sure, there are professional dancers that are not in peak physical shape. Yes.
Yeah, it ain't even peak. It's nowhere near. It's a bunch of strippers is OD.
Come on, man.
I ain't
Come on,
mad
man.
at it. It's attractive to some
Come on,
people.
man. We're going to get to fat shaming here in a minute.
I'm not fat shaming. I'm fat celebrating.
Are you?
Yes. I didn't say nothing negative. You asked me a question. I answered the question. I didn't say it was a negative thing.
All right. I'm going to keep it pushing.
Most black men like fat women.
All right.
Or are most women fat?
I'm not getting into that one. You throwing pictures and you think I'm a swing. That's a pitch. And then you're going to deny your involvement.
No, this is America. The pure data will tell you like 65% of America is obese.
So most Americans are fat.
Yeah, we in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so like you walk down the street, you're gonna see more. If you walk down the street, see 100 people. Are more of those people gonna be in shape or out of shape in America? Right. Anyway, I thought y'all looked good. I thought y'all was doing y'all thing. I saw you. I was like, look at E.
Yeah, I was testing my knees out. Like they work.
Meg knees.
Big knees, yeah.
Good job, cuz.
It was
That's
fun.
hard.
I had a ball. We was outside.
I was going to say
I've been
pause.
outside lately.
Pause. Right? You see one of the guys? Pause. You had a ball.
Get a ball. What the fuck?
Pause.
Couple balls. No, just joking.
Why we talking about her? Whoa. Why we talking about her 20?
Here we go. Get it up.
Right.
I'm just joking.
Nah, that was dope, man. I'm glad you kicked off
Who
your
created GALentine? So
Vixen
where's that
career.
come from?
I don't know. I'm sure it was
Hallmark.
just an excuse for women to celebrate
money.
for things. You know, right?
They find a way to get y'all asses, and in turn, get in our asses.
No, that's
Yeah.
pause, nigga.
Well, it's not about men though. Let's see. It says, oh, this is interesting.
You Google
Created by.
GALentine?
Oh, that's where this came from. Okay, so it said it was created by Michael Schur, who's the co-creator of Parks and Recreation, which is a TV show that I've watched. I'm currently watching it, rewatching it actually, and they celebrate GALentine's Day. I didn't know it came from that show. That's funny. White people.
I know this is the first year I've ever seen it, and it popped up like everywhere. All these women was GALentine.
No, it's been.
Long as this is at the
that's
top of
since
the conversation these
2010.
days.
That's since 2010.
Since 2010?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
When
so-
did Me Too movement start?
P say since COVID.
20.
That makes
no,
sense.
it's been since 2010.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, I don't celebrate the holiday anyway. I don't need nobody to tell me when I love my partners and go get them some more
2006.
flowers and chocolate and candy.
Me Too started in 2006.
Yeah. GALentine's was a response to Me Too.
I'm gonna leave it alone. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, 'cause
Either way, man. Glad y'all did that. Looked like y'all had a good time. Got some stuff we want to get into today, but I just want to run through some real quick celebrity news, right, on these relationship topics. First of all, y'all remember Chili from TLC, right?
love her.
Brown skin, absolute gorgeous. Probably
in TLC?
in my top 5 of childhood crushes. Absolutely.
Childhood.
We got such different tastes. Like, she was not my favorite in the group.
Then I don't know who was.
Tion.
T-Boz was your favorite?
I like good shit.
As a light-skinned nigga, that surprises me.
Explain.
I don't know too many light-skinned niggas who be super pressed about light-skinned women.
Tion ain't light skinned.
T-Boz not light-skinned? Okay, then I don't even know what light-skinned means then.
She is.
What the fuck? No, she not.
T-Boz not light-skinned?
No.
Her and Left Eye are
like
light-skinned.
complexion.
Yeah, she is. T-Boz and
Y'all high as
Left Eye
hell.
are light-skinned.
Y'all want to start this over? What
No,
you
and
drinking?
Chili's caramel complected. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay,
Whatever, man.
I don't have a dog in this fight.
Right.
My TV worked. I had real color. Obviously, y'all didn't.
How is this woman not light-skinned, bro?
You think she lighter than you?
Lighter than me? Are you drunk?
Yeah, she
Probably.
lighter than me.
Yeah,
Y'all
she
high
lighter
as
than E
hell.
too.
Move on. Y'all high as hell, man.
All right, carry on. What's
Okay.
the topic?
Does anybody out there think that T-Boz is not light-skinned? Or even worse, do y'all think she's darker than E? That's nuts.
I'm not even light skin. I'm brown skin.
My
Right.
point exactly. I think she's really your complexion, and you pulled up. Let's be clear though, right? How photographs work from Hollywood, they lighten the shit up. But that's not. I've never even seen the complexion you just showed. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man. That's
her on live, bro.
That's skin lightening. I ain't never seen her that light.
Well, she's always been. I've never seen her as dark as you talking about.
All right, we've carried on.
But anyway, point is, Chili was in my top 5
Yeah,
of
she-
childhood crushes growing up. It was like Chili, Lark Voorhees, the black woman from Saved by the Bell, regrettably Stacey Dash, Ashley Banks.
Like the original Ashley Banks.
They changed her character?
It's a new whole Fresh Prince.
Oh, yeah.
Childhood.
Yeah, I'm talking about growing
Talking
up.
about his childhood.
Yeah, so, but Chili was definitely top 5. She was in my top 5.
I never liked the Chili type, right? The stringy hair shit, that, The half Hispanic shit, I don't like none of that.
As I think about
that looks like what we said earlier, that dirty cute, that's what that gives me all the time.
Who did we say was dirty cute?
I didn't say nobody.
Huh?
I just said there's a theme like dirty cute. There's a theme of being like dirty and cute.
Barbie-like.
Who?
Barbie-like.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. But what's the name? Chili, the C and TLC?
Chili, yeah.
That stringy Mexican hair, always been dead.
Wow. Is there anybody else you want to smoke in the first 10 minutes of the show?
I didn't smoke nobody. I just said it's not my thing.
What about Chili?
Thinking about them, I guess all of them kind of look alike, though. Chili, Lark Voorhees, Ashley Banks, they all like that caramel complected. Like, anyway, maybe I had a type growing up. Either way,
It's the stringy Mexican hair though. Like, what's the girl on Saved by the
Stringy
Bell and the
Mexican hair is
girl
so
on
wild.
Fresh Prince? They didn't have the stringy Mexican hair, so I can see that. The stringy Mexican hair is specific. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't front like y'all don't know about the stringy Mexican hair. I grew up with a girl who looked just like that. Dark skin had the stringy Mexican hair. Always looked dirty. It was nowhere around. I don't care what you put on. I'm serious. Y'all act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? E, you know what I'm talking about? That's true. That's why you're laughing, because you know it's true. It's Mexican dirty. You look like that.
Lord, I just want to swallow my water because.
How are we ever going to put this show out?
Y'all act like I'm talking some weird shit. Everybody knows what it is.
Mexican dirty?
No, he's talking about that wet look hair
Oh.
with the mousse.
Chili, nigga. We ain't got to go far. She's looked like that all her life.
Hey, man.
What about Chili, man?
Hey, man. I apologize for bringing up Chili, man. But no, she posted a picture with her boyfriend, man. You know, blonde, white boy. And he just told me it's the dude from
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
After we just had the stringy Mexican hair.
She was also top 5.
Topanga.
Topanga was in my top 5 growing up.
All the boys. That's
Holy
the one white girl
shit.
everybody liked.
Topanga was the shit.
I'll give you that. And I never liked white women.
Topanga was the shit. Well, Topanga was some other shit, though.
But she wasn't white.
Yeah, she was some other shit. Topanga was like Ecuadorian, She was some other shit.
Topanga was white.
She was my complexion.
Topanga was a lot of shit.
Topanga white.
Including fine as fuck.
And slugging very young.
Whew. Well, they just had her playing the 16-year-old. I don't think she
had an
was.
epiphany, though. Thinking about Chili and the stringy, dirty Mexican hair, right?
You have to.
It makes all the sense in the world that she's dealing with white men, because most of the women that I know who look like that find their way to other cultures.
She rocking with old boy who played Corey's, not Corey. What was his name? Sean Corey?
Sean.
His name was Sean, right? He was
Sean
Corey's
was
big
in the
brother.
show.
The star of the show was Corey. Sean was his big brother. That's the dude that Chili is laid up with. Seemed like they on the beach or something, posted up.
You know, my kids watched that show today, but it's like the Corey is the daddy now.
Yeah, I know that. I did see that they putting that out. I never seen it, but I did know they was putting it out. I used to watch Boy Meets World. I ain't gonna front. I used to watch Boy Meets World. And not just for Topanga. I like the show, but Topanga was the main reason, though. Either way, man, Chili fucked me up with that one, man.
It
You
makes
mad
sense to
she
me.
got a white man?
Yep.
Is that what it is?
I was trying to see if there was another reason, but yep, that's why.
Okay.
That makes sense to me, G. It fits.
Just growing up as a young disenfranchised black boy on the south side of Chicago, I'm like, Chili is the shit, and it's like she was talking to niggas I never even seen growing up.
Yeah.
I didn't see nobody like Sean growing up.
What they call that, white chili? Like real white
chili. White chicken chili. You can make. I mean, you can put chicken in it.
We gotta give her a new name. She's white chicken chili.
White chicken.
But she's always dated
White meat
black
chili.
men, right?
White meat chili.
White meat chili.
She's always dated black men, right?
I don't know.
What she dated?
I kind of heard she been rocking with white dudes, but
What's the band movie with Nick Cannon?
Drumline.
So the dude who they wrote that about, Austin, the producer from Atlanta. That's who her baby father is. That's who's Chili original long-term.
Oh, really?
Then Usher. So from what I know, I don't know what she's doing.
They say Usher got married this weekend at Vegas too.
To a white woman.
Yeah, they've been together since 2019. They got 2 kids.
I think that makes sense too, right? So personally, well, let me not say that. Never mind.
No?
I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, cool. We can move on from Chili, man. She just disappointed me because she was in my top 5. That's all. I don't mean no disrespect to white dudes that's getting black women. I get it. They fine as fuck.
I'm over it at this point.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, whatever. Rock out with whoever you want to rock out with. I was like, God damn it. Marcus Jordan. Shout out to Marcus. Shout out to Jeff. Jeff is my partner. I don't really know Marcus like that. He had been dating Larsa Pippen, obviously Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, which we have had conversations about how just creepy that is in the first place, considering, whatever Mike and Scottie relationship was, you was around this boy as he was growing up. I know y'all played in there like you never seen him somehow, which is nuts, but whatever. It's been a few years now?
At least?
Yeah, right?
One? I feel like it's been
longer than that.
Two.
I feel like it's been at least 2.
Married. There's something to it.
Right,
I feel like it's been at least a couple years, but apparently now they didn't split up. She took him off all her social medias, and he took her down, and she been putting out all these subliminal posts and shit.
Why y'all think they split up?
Because she's 60 and he's 30.
It came to his fucking senses. Fuck is I'm doing?
Why am I boning my auntie when I could be boning somebody else's niece? Like, what the hell
is Jordan? The fuck am I doing here?
I have the pick of the litter. Why did I pick this?
I got all the exclusive mics. I can go to any corner in any hood and be the man.
I am him.
I'm him.
Like when I got here, I was him. I didn't have to do none of that shit.
Yep.
I used they both hooped. I used to tell Jeff though, like, bro, why?
Yeah.
Like why?
What do you call that? Eskimo brothers? Hey, me and Marcus, Eskimo brothers.
like for what? Like because he hooped at Illinois and he'll hoop and then the news the next day in Champaign will be like, oh, Marcus had a bad game. Or Jeff had 13. Or like why the fuck do you subject yourself to this, bro? Like you don't have to do none of this shit. You was that nigga the day you got here. You was that nigga. You just didn't know it yet. Man, I would have. I'm like, bro, if I was, I'd have never touched the basketball because there was nothing you're going to be able to do to live up to the hype and expectations of your last name. I'd have left that shit alone.
We could laugh at it and shit, but truthfully, man, it really speaks to the lack of morality, like the lack of limitation in the culture of dating that we engage in. Like you said, regardless of Mike's and Scotty's relationship, you've been around this boy since he was born.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's grooming if it was a man.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
You know what I'm saying? But it also just speaks to the level of savagery that motherfuckers move out here with. Now, again, I'm from the outside looking in. Maybe she loved Lil Marcus. I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe Lil Marcus was infatuated with his auntie. I don't know. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you are like 72 years old and he's like 28.
What you doing, G?
Like, that's some savage type of shit. Either you got the shit we always talk about with the what do they call that shit? The Pinocchio syndrome where you refuse to grow up.
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan
She
syndrome.
probably has that.
Yeah, and even in that, right? Most people probably had that, which enforces the savagery that we move with. Because just like any child, I want what I want when I want it. You know what I mean? But she gonna get somebody else. She a savage and she got a name and she's in that industry and it's available to her.
I feel like a lot of women like her, and when I say like her, I mean kind of
like regular women.
Kept women, these sort of type of women. They have like
women
the
with
Peter
breasts.
Pan syndrome. They have that Peter Pan syndrome.
Vagina carriers.
Vagina women. Women.
Shut the hell up. Some women like that I think do have like that Peter Pan syndrome though. Like I hear it from people, trying to stay young, injecting your lips, injecting your face, not wanting to hanging with little girls. Like I'm not about to be running around with no 22-year-olds. You know what I mean?
No.
And some women are out here moving like that for whatever reason. Maybe because they want to keep their youth or they just don't want to feel old. So
it's weird, man. It's weird. OBJ, star NFL wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. It seems to be the latest to be struck by the Kim K. I won't call it a curse. I will call it a crush or a spell. Apparently they were out. They've been dating for a while. They've been fucking for a minute, and they was, kind of publicly letting that be known in Vegas over the past weekend. When niggas gonna stop fucking with Kim K?
When she die? Like, let's keep it a bean.
What's the appeal?
Yes.
She's a celebrity.
So is he. And so is every other one she's been with.
Maybe she's a great person.
And she could be, who knows, right?
I'd beg to differ.
It's also, right, we gotta have context too, G. Like, we look at that shit as one way, but in reality, they live in a prison, bro. All them celebrity motherfuckers live in a prison.
Yeah,
so you saying it limits their choices?
They have a limited access. It's a bubble that they live in, right? We look at it like, ooh, you got the pick of the litter. Ooh, you got every choice you would want. But you really don't.
Yeah.
Right? Your circle is your circle. You don't really move outside of your circle because of fear of what could happen outside of your circle, right? If you ever want to go somewhere publicly with anybody, you got the fear of, are you here for me? Or are you here for my whatever? Mm-hmm. She's equal to you and above you in a lot of senses, mm-hmm. right? So you know it ain't really that. You probably genuinely like me, or we gonna eat off each other's celebrity. At least there's an understanding here.
At least there's an even swap ain't no swindle.
Even swap ain't no swindle. Like, you really don't have the range of choices that we think you have, right? Motherfucker, I just heard, you at a concert.
I think it's a self-imposed prison, but go ahead.
You at a concert, or you at a football game, and you coming off the field, and you see the baddest one you ever seen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you get I just saw a Sci-Hi interview the other day, and I thought it was very, very interesting.
Shout out to Sci-Hi the Prince.
Right? Sci-Hi was in there, he was like, man, y'all gotta understand, like, quote unquote, I've been a ghostwriter, but I've been around this Kanye machine for a very long time. Yeah. And he's Kanye. I've seen shit the world ain't seen. Right? I've had this conversation with Boog, because Boog sending me pictures of, like, people you would never expect to be in them circles.
Yeah.
And I ain't even talking about women. I'm just, the range of people is amazing, right? So he was like, man, I would walk into these parties and I see these women doing some wild shit going on, right? And they be with it. They be with it. They be offering it and throwing it, lots of pimping in it. You know what I mean? He said, but you know, 10 years from now, you don't look the same. You ain't got the same appeal. You ain't got the same offer. Now you go into the courtroom and say, hey, against my will, this happened. Mm-hmm. He was like, and this was a joke he made, but he was like, I wonder if those were the Bill Cosby women. Mm-hmm. So if you think about it in that context, bro, I've only got so much range to move in. Because all of this shit is very threatening, and I live in a world of transaction. Mm-hmm. Everybody here to negotiate something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I got to see every fucking angle. So, you know, I mean, I ain't no fan of that culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you look at it from the outside looking in, you have one perspective. But if you look at it from their perspective that they're probably moving with, if you think about it, right? How many celebrity niggas is share girls? Think about how popular you niggas is.
A lot.
Yeah.
Why y'all got to share pussy? You know much pussy out here?
I agree with that. I agree with you too. It's like even within non-celebrity circles, it's kind of like the same way. That's your bubble, but you do just have a little bit more flexibility to be able to, you know, move about. So I agree. I would hate it. I couldn't be a celebrity.
I think it's a self-imposed prison, though. I don't disagree with nothing you said. All you say is true, but I still think it's like self-imposed. I still think you chose to do that. I still think you go to restaurants or to parks or on airplanes or airport, whatever. Like, there, you encounter people that are not also celebrities that could be amazing life partners, lovers, child bearers, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but fear, like you said, fear.
Right. Well, a lot of people self-impose shit because of fear. We talked about it on the Monday show about black people not willing to rise to meet the level of necessity for their own liberation because of fear. It's a self-imposed prison. So we're gonna say I don't have a lot of empathy for that shit. I'm saying I definitely don't have a lot of empathy for niggas with 100 million getting smoked over by the same few chicks because you scared to talk to another woman. Like,
we also talking about black people.
Yeah.
We're talking about black people with a lot of access and a lot of capital. Mm-hmm. Black people's world is small anyway, and that's not even a shitting on you. We just don't have very much access, right? So you've been in this world all your fucking life from 0 to, let's say, 19, because 19 you start reaching the capital part of your journey, you know, for those kind of people.
Sure.
You still got a black mindset. Now you got a black mindset with $20 million. Yeah, we staying in this 10 people circle.
Or as soon as you see something that's outside of that, that's so appealing to you. I don't know where Odell Beckham Jr. is from, but I don't imagine whatever he thinks of Kim K, that type of person was there. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, man.
We're gonna keep doing it.
Maybe it works out well for them. We gonna keep doing that type of shit.
Yeah, they gonna keep doing it.
Regardless.
Yeah, you know, look, hey man, everybody didn't had that woman. It must be something to it.
Well, speaking of somebody a lot of people have had, who you have all the empathy for, would never denigrate as a.
How do you know everybody has had? You know about 4 people that had her, and she's 62 years old.
If you knew about 4 people that had anybody, she'd be the biggest slut whore you ever heard of in your life.
You got me confused. I'm honest with it. I understand. It was me that said Brittany went to 35 wasn't a lot of people.
It was you that said if she wasn't her aura, she would also be called 17 different kinds of whores.
By the masses.
Right.
I don't feel like that.
You know, I don't feel like that about anybody.
Yeah.
I'm saying if her background placed on somebody else would be judged.
Right, and that's the nuance in the amazing genius that Tucson Werner carried.
Y'all see how y'all see he just cape for the person he like.
Backpedal pussy pop or nothing.
You super cape for her.
What is the basis of my argument around this beautiful queen?
That you rat her vagina.
Whatever you call it.
What are we talking about? Let's
Talking about Erykah Badu. 2 is the biggest Erykah Badu stan that there is.
Right.
She's
What did she do?
flawless.
On Super Bowl Sunday, she put out a tweet that only Erykah Badu could do. Void of any emojis, any LOLs, any laughing faces, none of that. She said, this is a perfect day to cheat with a soft dude. Men gonna be watching football.
Look at her praising masculinity, even in her denying of chastity, she's still celebrating masculinity.
Even while opposing the idea of giving the box to the soft nigga,
That's hilarious.
men gonna be watching football.
Yeah.
Did you see her response?
Who
So
responded?
she responded to like people criticizing her.
No, I didn't see that. I'm sure she responded with a whole lot of I don't give a damn. I said what I said.
Yeah, and she said she never cheated.
That's right, because she's honest in telling you what it is.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't subscribe to cheating either. Cheating is for.
How could you not
She
celebrate
said y'all
women
not
like
gonna
that?
old age shame me and all this stuff.
No, she
baby
shouldn't.
Mama shame me.
I don't think anybody should be shamed for whatever the hell they into. That's not my thing. I'm just saying Erykah Badu is
perfect.
one of a kind.
And she
I
dropped
agree.
her incense. You bought her incense?
Tried, they were sold out.
You just dropped some more.
Erica.
Too's gonna get the Erykah Badu box incense and put them in his wife's drawer, her underwear drawer.
A woman like that would drive my ass crazy, though.
What you mean?
It's too much freedom. Right?
What do you mean?
I like it from the outside looking in. I wouldn't like it up close.
Oh, you wouldn't like her talking this type of shit in real life?
To me, it ain't gonna be talk to me.
You think she free like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Erykah Badu would give it up how she
so.
wanted to, and I respect
I ain't
it
saying
and
like a
applaud it.
busser.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
ain't saying that.
I ain't saying that at all. I just think she moves in the spirit of the energy in which she moves in. Even in some of her interviews, you know, she speaks directly to it. Like, yeah, I play and I laugh and I joke around, but she also has some other shit going on. She's like, I'm the earning my family. I make the rules for me. I do how, you know, some of that shit in my personality don't mix. Like,
Yeah.
no, yeah. There's gonna be some alignment around there.
It's gonna be some boundaries, some rules set, huh?
Some rules setting around there.
Nah, man, I'm at a place. I'm really on some like, either it's aligned or it's not. Like if it's not aligned, it's not a loss. It's my new. That's just.
If it's not aligned, it's not a loss.
Yeah, if it's not aligned, it's not a loss. Like we get upset about shit leaving our lives, or I used to be with this person, used to be with. If we weren't aligned, then it's not a loss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we are aligned, then it'll settle into itself. So this idea of me needing to micromanage or overbear or hover over, like I don't want to do it. It seems like fucking exhausting to me, and I definitely don't want you doing that to me.
Yeah.
I want to live, you live, and if there is an us that can exist between you and me, wonderful. If not, it wasn't aligned, therefore it is not a loss. It's just where I'm at right now. So I fuck with Erykah Badu on that, man.
I don't know if I agree with that
She show up how she
philosophy,
show up, and you know. You don't like mine if it's not aligned, it's not a loss?
don't know if
I think it's
fucking
fucking brilliant. I ain't gonna lie. I think it's one of the best things I ever came up with. Let's go.
I think that's y'all's generation, though, right? I think iron sharpens iron,
I'm thinking about
right?
it. What I
And in iron sharpening iron, you need some conflict. You know what I mean?
Okay.
In my mind, right? It's like, what's the statement? Forged through the fire. Like, you need the fire, right? And I always make the statement that the real relationship is the one you have with yourself, right? And if it's not challenged, and usually, back to what I say, like, you reflect who you are, that's really the only way you can recognize the real mirror of your personalities. of your insecurities, of your whatever your setbacks are, whatever your challenges are. You know what I mean? Sometimes that shit is very difficult to confront.
Yeah.
We know how difficult it is to confront with just ourselves. Like, you know what I mean? So in that, I think the fire is necessary. I think the vast majority of people avoid the shit out the fire, right? And I think in order to get to alignment, you got to walk through the motherfucking fire.
Agreed, 1,000%. Right? I don't disagree with that at all. I'm not saying anything about avoiding conflict or avoiding the proverbial fire. I'm saying do that work on yourself. Know who you are, and then live fearlessly and unapologetically in that person. And then things that are aligned with you will come to you and be aligned and attracted to you. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it wasn't meant to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't do the work on that shit at all. I'm just saying if it doesn't, it just didn't.
But my question would be, because I mean, obviously I would agree with both things that you said, and I was thinking about it, but in order for you to, like, there has to be some work, right? So
100%.
Aligning to, you know, the work and who you become or once you did whatever work you needed to do on your spirit and your soul, yes, it's gonna come to you, but in order for it to align, does there need to be a little bit of work? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like 1,000%. I think that about anything though. You know what I mean? So like, we worked with some young people this week. We talked to them about manifesting, right? So you can manifest shit, but you can bring it to you, but it's not gonna come just ready-made, packaged in a box for you. You brought it to you, now you still gotta fucking work to make that shit happen the way you want it to happen. I'm just saying, once you've done the work about who you are and what you want, and you like courageously walk in that purpose, then you will be presented with the opportunities to have that alignment. It's not free of work. It's not gonna come ready-made like a puzzle. Like it ain't gonna be like that.
My argument though is there's no finish line. This whole thing is a journey.
Ooh,
right?
I agree.
There is no finish line, right? It's always the progression to be the best you. I believe what you believe. You manifest what you are in your life, not what you want, what you are, right? The involvement of all of us in this room is a manifestation of what we desire and who we are, right? Now the goal is, once you get in this motherfucker,
that's when the work starts.
Right. What are the you know, the conflicts, or what are the, I mean, maybe conflict ain't even the right word. You know what I mean? But what are the challenges?
What are the obstacles? What are the
obstacles?
Yeah.
What do I need to overcome? Can I see it as such, as an obstacle I need to overcome, rather than projecting to Leo behavior is asshole-ish.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Everything that we manifest in our life is like that. So it's always this forging through fire. Right, I think that at some levels, and I say y'all's generation because it shows up so much more there, but it ain't just y'all's generation. It's every generation post probably World War II, and that's an economic conversation that we don't usually dive into, right? But when motherfuckers like, I want a man like my grandfather, or niggas like, I want a man like my grandmama. We don't put the context around that being an economic conversation, but that's all the fuck that is.
That time period.
Economic conversation for the time period. That time period don't exist no more, so them people don't exist like that.
That's why what's happening now is happening now.
Right.
Yeah.
But post your grandparents, I'm about to get up and make a fool of myself. Is this what's happening over here? What's going on over here? But post your grandparents, you come into the generation of my parents, and then you start to see
Judy's kicking in.
This is also time period too. You know what I mean? You start to see specifically in our community, the erasure of black fathers. You start to see the erasure of black family. You start to see the erasure of black marriages. You know what I mean? Like, shit. How many weddings do the average black child go to in their life?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So now it's like we're not even trying this together shit.
Right.
Right? Because the together shit requires a motherfucking level of compromise. It requires a level of commitment. It requires a level of pain. It requires a level of being honest.
Yeah.
Man, fuck all that shit. I can be by myself and lie to myself.
All of that, but I don't want to lie, right? So even when we talk about like aligning and manifesting, you talked about us in this room, right? And everybody being who they are and manifesting to find that alignment. That was merely just the start of it. Every day, we still fucking trying to figure out how to fit all of the pieces together, how to highlight what everybody does well to make the best picture possible, right? But that's all I'm speaking about in terms of finding the relationship. I'm talking about getting to the starting point. I'm not saying that it comes as this prearranged puzzle. What I am saying that if you do the work, then the pieces that come to you will be the right pieces. Now they thrown in the fucking bag and shook up. You got to pull these pieces out and figure out how to put them together. But if you do that work on the front end, you give yourself the opportunity of at least having the pieces to figure out how to put that puzzle together.
What if, this is just a what if we looked at the ultimate level of alignment being the hardest shit to deal with? If we came to the table with that concept.
Yeah, I disagree.
I'm just saying what if.
Wait, if we came to the table with that conversation.
With that concept. Like, damn, this shit is very difficult. It must be something of value at the end of this. The most difficult relationship I have in my life today is the one with my son. Hands down. Like, we're polar opposites and then very much alike. You know what I mean? Now, this is interesting, right? When my son was, when my wife got pregnant with my son, when I found it was a boy, I was like, fuck, right? Because I was already having struggles with my wife, right? And that wasn't even my wife then. So my mindset was, well, shit, if we don't make it, if I got a daughter, I know how girls slash their daddy, and I'm not the kind of nigga that's gonna run from the responsibility of being a father. So I'll be able to forge the relationship the lens that she sees me through. And no matter what happens with me and her mama, I'm still gonna be good with my relationship with my daughter. That was a real mindset, which is fucked up that I even gotta think like that. But when I found out I was a boy, I was like, oh shit. Because boys don't align like that.
Right.
I'm aligned with my mama.
Right.
And fuck you until I get to a point where I can say, well, maybe he ain't the asshole I thought he was. Which would have been a continual challenge to 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and him being a boy, and you know, by God's grace, me and his mama worked out our shit. He comes along, whatever. Now I'm in the mix of it. I'm still like, God damn, man, why can't we just align? I want the best for you. God willing, you want the best for you. We should be able to make this shit work. But I think of it like this. God gave me him on purpose. Because he knows, because of the connectivity I have to my son, to my idea of family, I ain't gonna never abandon that. This is what you need to learn, nigga. And however that long them lessons take, you ain't gonna run from this classroom because of the relationship that you have, the connectivity that you have. Anybody on the street with that mentality or that behavior set that wasn't my son, you could have been my goddamn cousin. You could have been my daddy. I ain't dealing with this shit. But my son, I'm not gonna let that slide. I got to figure out how to make this shit work. You know what I mean?
And some people don't because it's too hard, you know? So the conversation about coming to the table saying this is the hardest thing that we're going to have to deal with would be the better thing to do, except some people run from hard shit, you know?
I think most people run for hard shit.
Yeah.
And so I think therein lies the problem.
But even when we're talking about a relationship between, like a romantic relationship between a man and a woman, because now I'm thinking about like how it's the economic reason that everybody stayed together and came together, you know, back in the day, and now it's basically the same thing. It's too hard, so I'm not gonna do it. So I don't know how we could really change that.
For me,
for people who don't want to do hard shit.
For me and my ex-wife, right? We got to a place where the shit was harder than we wanted it to be, right?
That's what I was about to ask.
Insurmountably difficult. And it was like, fuck this shit. We're not doing this no more. You know what I mean? We were maybe the two most aligned people I've ever known, right? Just from the time that we was 18 years old. Even before we ever got together romantically, which was like 2 or 3 years later than that. We didn't yet still have the skill set to be the next iteration of ourselves, right? So you talk about this ever-evolving journey, this no ending point. As people continue to evolve, do you have the skill set to maintain that attachment? And at some point, we just didn't, right? And I think it was probably inevitable, just considering who and how both of us are. Our birthdays are very, very close. We the same sign. We the same, like, it's a lot of ways that we just the fucking same. And so when we reach these impasses at these points, neither of us had the ability to blend well with the other, right? When we was great, we was great. When we wasn't, it was terrible because I'm just like you. So fuck what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? My point is, having gone through that, right? And that was 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. Both of us are so much better now that our relationship is so much healthier now than it was probably even the last, I would say, at least 2-3 years of us being married. We were able to gain different skill sets outside of us to really get back and say, okay, well, who the fuck am I, right? Because you get with somebody when you're 20, we got married when we was 24, and then we grew up together. We raised each other, and it got to a point where you couldn't find the me and you in the us. It was just the us thing, and it became so frustrating.
Do you think you can, though?
Can what?
Find the me, because I think a lot of people have that struggle, you know.
But I think you guys, that's what I'm saying. If you, ideally, you would like to do that work before. Yeah. Ideally, you would like to know who the fuck you are before. Right. We was just together so fucking young that we came up together with this idea of what marriage should look like in America and what that means and how that looks. And like, even though the two of us were never really those people, right? Like I said, we was very aligned from jump, but just going through the process and what they should look like as we grow, and it's like. Then you look up, and now you're 32, and it's like, I don't even recognize me, let alone you. You know what I'm saying? This us shit is just because it's been us, but this is not fucking working. But I think over the past few years, we've been able to find the me and the you.
There's no finish line.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed.
So in the journey, you gonna evolve.
Yeah.
That don't mean you got to ride the journey out together forever.
Right.
I think that's a flawed idea in itself. Right? But I think what's interesting though is like you said we separated and went on ways, and now we're back at a space where we're we're compatible.
Healthy, for sure.
You know what I mean? What do you think created that level of compatibility? Because it happened in that space. What in that space happened to create y'all at least to be in this space of connectivity?
It was the space, having the space to find out, to remember who the fuck I am. You having the space to remember who the fuck you are. You know what I mean? And then showing up that way. Because those two people liked each other anyway. Those people got along well any fucking way.
So stop. Pause you parenthetically. Even if it's to remember or to become.
Yes and yes.
I'm going to say this though, right? And I think.
Because not a hearkening back to this old thing. It's this brand new thing, but still.
But it brings me to this book. I can't remember the exact title. It's either Radical Honesty or Revolutionary Honesty. I don't know exactly which one it is. But think about how we relate. We relate through the mask. That's the whole purpose of my conversation.
Representation.
Right? It's all about the idea of instead of the reality of. Hence why you have relationships in the first place. Hence why you pick the partners you pick in the first place. All of us got an idea.
Right.
Of what we want.
Sure.
That ain't what the fuck you get ever.
No.
You ain't never put your hand in that cookie jar and pulled out the chocolate chip you was looking for.
Right.
You got a motherfucking butter pecan, some shit that I didn't ask for. But
even though give me an oatmeal raisin if I pick the chocolate chip. Even though you didn't
ask for it, that's what your ass needed in the moment. Even the journey itself says, I'm so sick of this shit.
Right.
That I need reprise.
True, you never get what you ask for.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you are though. The universe is giving you exactly what you're actually asking for. But the idea is the idea that you didn't create in the first place. Which is why we say, I want to make like my granddaddy. Or I want to make like my... No, the fuck you don't. Granddaddy ran his house with an iron fist. Ain't a woman out here moving like that. Right? Granddaddy walking the house and say, shut the fuck up. Grandma would shut the fuck up. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I'm saying culturally it was a different thing.
And Granny was tough enough to get her get back in a different way. But,
she wanted
to challenge him in that way. She challenged him with some other shit.
Absolutely, right? It was a different system. But those are ideas too. Those are ideas too, right? The patriarchal conversation, right? In general, right? How we despise patriarchy. Why does fucking patriarchy exist? Anybody got a fucking idea?
It's for a white man.
No, the fuck it ain't.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
This is what white men control their spouse.
To serve motherfucking women. That's why the shit exists. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. It's not a throne that we said, put us in this throne. No. As the man, right? What I say, the man's value is defined by the environment in which he inherits. A real man, right? So if you think about the dawn of any culture, what's that take? The dawn of any society, not a culture, of a society. What's that take? Them niggas was down at 28. Even the white men who had slaves. Because you know what? The labor was that intensive. You know what? This land ain't never been whatever. You know what I mean? We look at them animal shows today and you see the motherfucking dude out there with the alligators and fucking around and you be like, oh, that's crazy. Imagine when that's what everybody had to do. Because that's what everybody had to do. Right? I lived in Iowa for a few years. Iowa is Iowa. So that was my first experience with raccoons. Like we think of Chicago, we see them today, but when I was a shorty, you don't see no fucking raccoons. But in Iowa, and think about how normalized the raccoon is, that's why I bring this up. It's my first experience with seeing these motherfuckers. I'm 15 years old, I ain't never even seen the fucking raccoon, right? So I'm throwing rocks at these bitches, because what else would I do at 14? You understand what I'm saying? Man, the raccoons turned around and chased my ass for half a mile. I didn't know raccoons move like that. I learned a valuable lesson that day.
Stop playing with
raccoons alone. Right?
Stop playing
so
with
imagine that being everywhere. Nigga, you gotta adjust, and you ain't looking for your woman to save you from the fucking raccoons. Your woman is looking for you to save her from the raccoons.
Yeah.
I.e. created a system. Not one that we asked for, one of necessity. One of necessity. Now we got all these machines, and we go to the grocery store, and we got to kill shit to eat it. Oh, I don't like this patriarchy shit.
You can build a robot boyfriend.
I don't need this patriarchy shit.
Girlfriend.
All this shit. All this is men. No, goddammit, this was the design because out of necessity, and it was to serve you.
You talk about protecting women. This is completely off topic. Just some shit I want to throw in. I hate the fucking idea of the man supposed to walk on the outside of the sidewalk. Irks my soul.
I do it.
I know most people do it.
We talked about this before.
Because it's what we taught to do. It doesn't make sense though, to me, logically, right? The idea is for me to protect you, right?
From a horse and carriage.
Right.
When you saying the
right?
car not gonna hop on the curb.
I'm saying that's not the greatest threat.
Yeah.
It might happen. Yeah. I ain't never walked down the street and a car jumped the curb and damn near hit me. That's never happened to me.
Right.
Right? What I have seen, motherfuckers walk down the street, get their motherfucking shoulders bumped into, get shoved, get their purses snatched, ran off, get their pockets picked, ran off, get stolen, ran off. That happens from the inside. It happens from the people
walking.
On
any side of the street too.
Yeah, but that's from a pedestrian walking.
I've lost control of a motorcycle though and jumped the curb and crashed into a Payless window.
I've seen cars that have jumped the curbs and hit the thing, right?
It happens.
But I don't view that as the greatest threat, right? I view the greatest threat as these fucking strangers walking towards us that I don't know. And so if I'm on this side, right, and we walking that way and everybody else coming this way, now you holding my hand over here, so your purse is over there. Like, what the fuck? Like, I think that's the greatest threat. So no, you stay right here, right? I'll stand on the side of all these fucking people coming at us because I think that's the greatest threat. But we get taught the other shit. Now, if we flip around and come the other way, right? I will be on the street side, but now we're going this way. So we're on the right side of the sidewalk. I'm still just closest to the people that are coming towards us.
Right.
Like, this is what the fuck I think, man. I don't like stupid ass rules that don't make sense to me.
Is it a rule? This is random, but as you just described, flipping to the other side of the street. Do y'all adhere to the rule of like walking a certain direction, walking on the inside or the outside?
Wait, what do you mean?
You know, like if you walking towards, let's say if you.
I'm usually on the right. I usually believe that everybody should be on their right.
Supposed to be on the right, and then if you walk in,
against the flow or with the flow.
Flip the demo.
Yeah, with the flow or against the flow of traffic, yeah.
Yeah,
y'all agree? Because I think I break that rule all the time, and I feel like people be side-eyeing me.
I usually stay to the right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I usually be thanks. I usually be on some to the right. You know what I'm saying? That's just generally what I believe to be the way to be.
Yeah, I go with the flow. I don't care.
Whatever, right? Whatever's most.
Unless it's white people. White people, I irritate them. I'm gonna stay right in your line of sight, whatever that is.
Stare right in their faces. Just walk.
I'm gonna bump into y'all.
Yeah, they don't try to get skinny for you or nothing. They don't try
I don't
to
move out the way no more. I just be like straight.
boom.
I was in China though, G, and like you don't really grasp how many people live in China. Like
It's a lot of people.
it's you gonna go with the flow in that shit.
It's a lot of people.
It's really
Get through however you
Like
can
go
get
get
through.
trampled.
Yeah, it's like all day at the airport. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter where you at, it's all day at the airport. That was a very interesting experience.
All right, man. It's a couple pieces of audio that I wanted to get to, and I like you was talking about before the cameras came on, E, about this idea of self-discipline.
Yeah.
And I think through elements of all of these things, even the Odell Beckham Jr. or the Larsa Pippen and Marcus and all, I think it's elements of that in all of this conversation.
That's not the conversation. We ain't gonna be able to have the conversation I want to have.
No, it's cool, but I'm just saying. Like, I think it's elements of that, and all of those things. Even the Erykah Badu, like, oh, it's a good day to cheat with soft niggas. Like, I think like there are elements of that in all of these things. But I want to play audio from this one sister. Which one should we do first? I want to do the one who took the dude home first, and then come back to the $50,000 one. Because I think it tie in that way. This woman is giving an account of an experience she had meeting some dude in the club, and then ultimately bringing him home.
Day, he refused to get out of my bed. I met Berard at a club. It was supposed to be a one-night stand. The ding-a-ling was weak AF. The next day, he refused to get out of my bed. I work from home, and several times I had to ask him to leave. I ain't got nowhere to go, so I'm staying here. I didn't want to get police involved because he can go badly. I asked my older brother to come over and evict this Dusty. Berard knocked out my brother and tried to assay him. I screamed at the top of my lungs. Berard turned my unconscious brother on his stomach and pulled his pants. I hit Berard with a skillet. He me just as a neighbor banged on the door. Berard pushed his way out. I've lost all respect for my brother. He came to my house just to get beat up. I threw cold water on him and told him that he owes me an apology for not defending me. My mama is mad at me for putting my brother in danger.
What's the question?
Of protection. Why do mothers devalue their own daughters? How do I cope with this toxic family? You can't be.
So
Berard just came home from the joint. Obviously.
I think so too. But she meet Berard out. She bring Berard back to her crib. They bone. She said the sex was whack as fuck.
On top of everything.
But them hands are strong.
But he spent the night anyway. She wake up the next day, try to give him the lead. He said, I ain't got nowhere to go. I ain't going nowhere. She calls her brother.
Jam.
On the boss, I ain't leaving.
On the boss, I'm not leaving. She called her brother, come get this nigga out of my house. He knocked the brother out.
and then try to dump him off.
And then try to fleece Johnson.
She didn't want to call the police. You missed that part.
Right, she didn't want to call the police because it can go south. So shout out to her for having that much care for herself and the black dude. She called her brother.
To put him in danger.
Right.
Fuck her. Call the police. Don't call me.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You didn't want to call the police.
Fuck that. You invited Berard, not me.
Right, you didn't want to call the police because it would put Berard in danger.
The police coming there and shoot her too. The police is.
So instead you call your brother.
The police OC.
Right, Berard knocked your brother the fuck out.
Knock your brother out and then try to take his booty.
He's the bad guy for not being able to fight.
Yeah, that's wild.
Get his butt. He was in the county. You're right. He was locked up.
And then the audacity of my brother not
trying
to
go
protect
either.
me.
That was his jam.
Your brother got knocked out, and you said he didn't try to protect me.
I can't forgive my brother because he came over there just to get beat up.
How do I get away from this toxic family? My mom is mad at me for putting my brother in danger.
You the one brought this motherfucking psycho home on night one from the club.
And maybe she's saying, like, shouldn't they be more worried about the fact that he... No, because he ain't touch her until he knocked the brother out.
No, he ain't do... Yeah.
See,
this shit is stupid.
This goes back to the patriarchy.
This is foolishness is what that is.
That is just some dumb shit. That ain't got nothing to do with patriarchy.
No, it has absolutely a lot to do with patriarchy.
Like...
Right? You can't protect what you
just
can't control.
Just a dumb broad, right?
Yeah.
No, you can't protect what you can't control. That's just the truth.
Right? I agree with that.
So at the end of the day, and I'm not saying her brother or some man in her life should explain to her, you don't invite no nigga to your house that you met at the club. That's not smart, dumbass.
It's not.
Right? But the dick is in control of your mind. And then you get the dick and it was whack dick.
And the dick is whack.
He wasn't there to fuck you.
He's a homosexual.
Yeah, he was there to find somewhere to live.
He needed a place to stay tonight.
Right, but even in her, again, I don't know if this is hypothetical made up. It sounds insane.
Yeah.
But we live in an insane world, right?
Joe.
You know what I'm saying? I've been in insane situations.
Yeah,
I don't know. You know what I mean? But obviously, from the perspective of how she's communicating this shit, she crazy. How much control you have over a crazy person? You know what I mean? Minimal, right? But her brother obviously gives a fuck because he showed up. You know what I mean? And then she's shitting on him for showing up and getting fucked up. Like, he did all he could do. Bernard just did a 25-year sentence. He been hitting the weights for 24 and a half years.
And fighting niggas for his life.
And taking booty. Bernard is trained in the arts. You understand what I'm saying?
This is what Bernard do. This is not what your brother do.
My brother's an accountant. What the fuck you expect from him? Get the fuck out of here.
He left his dentistry
to come in. This nigga fucks with calculators all day. Bernard is on the weights.
He didn't even bring a pistol.
Bernard had a plan.
He didn't bring a pistol to evict the grown man from his sister's crib.
Take the booty. Come on, man. Protect me.
How you, okay, she called her brother on you. And instead of just being like, all right, fuck it, this a lot of ruckus, let me get on up out of here. You still proceed to try to sexually assault the man.
Because he knew your brother got to be sweet.
Different.
Just knowing you sweet.
You said, fuck it, I'm going to just go ahead and just do some more shit.
Bernard didn't like pussy in the first place.
I ain't never met a younger sister of a real nigga who was a goofy broad. I've never encountered that.
Yeah.
If your big brother is a real nigga, you are not a goofy broad. Not that you don't fuck with niggas or get your heart broken down, but this is a goofy broad right here.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know.
Bernard.
So I think
Bernard the whole time.
Bernard was like, that's your big brother, and this how you act? Shit, call that nigga.
Bernard knew that was her big brother.
He like,
and been plotting on the big brother.
You calling your big brother? Whatever. Call that nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll beat
that's
his
why
ass.
I wanted anyway.
Right. He getting the good dick. Like,
that's disgusting.
It is, man. Bernard Big Bro should have called the police.
What should the etiquette be for a one night stand if you want to have a one night stand? Should you go to a hotel?
Yeah, you gotta go to a mutual ground, G.
Yeah, okay.
You gotta go to mutual ground on the one night. As a woman.
Yeah, I never had a one night stand.
As a woman, I think if you're gonna do a one night stand, you should go to mutual ground. That's unfortunate. You should be able to invite a motherfucker back to your crib or go to motherfucker back to their crib. But I would just say under the Safety First Act, mutual ground.
I'm thinking all the one night stands I've ever had is been at their house. That's fucked up.
Yeah, man, too. I might have had some in my crib, like in college or some shit.
I'm trying to think for a woman, would it be safer to if you?
I don't think I ever had a one night knockdown in the car though.
But if you had to choose one, is it safer to go to your house or their house?
I would say their house.
Older, and again, as I've gotten older and I've gotten, I ain't moving in this space anyway, but when I think back to it and I think about having a son and all, no, don't go to their house. Because this is as dangerous for you as it is for them.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Only reason I say their house as a little bit safer, obviously, I think the most safe places would be neutral, but I say theirs over yours.
For the woman to go to the man's house.
I would say the woman going to his is the safest merely because he might not tweak today. Maybe that nigga tweak tomorrow. And now he know where you stay and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might not be crazy. I'm trying to kidnap, rape, murder you crazy tonight. I might just be fucking stalker crazy later type shit.
Nah, it really ain't no safe place. You should probably go somewhere like a hotel where there's people around or something like that, like something.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, but, share your location with your friends. Yo, I just met this nigga who I've the band, this is his name. If he wanted to make you feel comfortable enough to just send a picture of his ID to your sister or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like, young, goofy nigga, man. I got out with this one woman who lived in Inglewood, right? And we coming from, I can't even think of the name of the club, so it's some late night, super stupid shit. And some nigga got the beating on the door, acting crazy. Nigga had to jump out the window, leave my car.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
I had to call little homie, shout out to little homie, Lil C's. Lil C's came and grabbed me because I'm running through Inglewood like, damn.
He knew you was in there?
Yeah, he knew I was in there.
I was gonna say, why you had to leave your car? You couldn't sneak back around and see?
No, I don't know him.
I ain't never had nobody on my heels about messing with Or
I don't know, dude. It wasn't like that kind of.
Yeah, no, I feel
you know
you.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It was random as hell for me. I met you tonight. You know what I mean? I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? But I was dumb, Jay. Some shit on the West Side. I remember my first experience with the West Side was actually like that. And I got a Cutlass one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On Billups. I shouldn't be over here at this time of night by myself.
Yeah.
I get out of the car, what was it, like Washington? It's like 4 in the morning when clubs let out type of shit, you know what I mean? Niggas was on the street like it was noon. I was like, what's wrong with these niggas, man? Why y'all, what the fuck is y'all outside for?
Nah, we used to have, you like Matt, we used to have to protect Matt like that from himself, because that nigga.
Yeah, we do dumb shit.
Matt was from the West Side, but then obviously, you know, when we was all best friends and shit, he lived on the South Side. But because he was grew up on the West Side, the whole city was fine to him. So I just met this girl and she lived on Woo Out the Bend. Like, you finna go where, nigga? How? I'm gonna take the bus and then 2 trains. What? All right, man, you tweaking, bro. But anyway, you know, that was just some wild shit I came across on the wonderful internet.
Yeah, she crazy.
On Beyonce's internet. Y'all know Beyonce dropped a couple songs?
Yeah, I like.
On the commercial, she dropped a song. She made a song and dropped the commercial. That shit was cold.
I wouldn't even know.
Somebody called her. It's country music though, and so somebody called the country radio station in Oklahoma, requested it, and they was like, this is a country station. We do not play no Beyonce here.
What's her face on the Breakfast Club? Just hilarious. She has a theory that Beyonce, because you know Renaissance is broken into 3 acts.
Mm-hmm.
So Act 1 was house music. Act 2 is country music, and she thinks Act 3 is going to be rock and roll. All the music that they stole from us is what they saying that she doing. So
Liberate us, B.
yeah, that's Renaissance. That's what they say. But anyway,
one more audio for today, and we will get up out of here, man. This young lady is speaking about what deems you qualified or disqualified merely from dating. Okay, merely from dating. I wish I could show y'all a visual of this young lady, but I'll leave that part alone and just deal with what she actually had to say.
If you're making $50,000, don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you.
You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs. You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She's gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make $50,000, but you live in a shoe, and now you got expendable cash. Or get you a bottom of the barrel that's gonna date you when you have no money. And she doesn't have that expectation. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, enjoy it while it lasts, because eventually you're gonna wanna run. Because she doesn't stretch you. She doesn't make you the man that you need to become. She allows you to be the stagnant dude in the same jeans for days. You know what I'm saying?
We cutting up.
I'm just talking about it. If you're making $50,000, don't date.
If you're making $50,000 a year as a man, don't date. Because courtship cost, this average-looking young woman said.
she basically saying if you ain't got no money, then you shouldn't be out here dating.
She had a number. She said 50,000.
She's saying 50,000, but you can make 50,000 and not pay any bills.
Sure, you can make 250,000 and have no expendable income.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, does that justify any of this shit?
No, I mean it's all stupid.
She's a goofball.
Yeah.
But I asked this question earlier, I think before the cameras came on maybe, but for the dudes in here, directly, has any woman ever asked y'all for money? I think we had these conversations a lot of times, and I don't know if this is the reality of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I've had women ask me for money before,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been weird.
How they ask?
Are they direct? Right? But those kind of women are probably the one night I just, you know what I'm saying, is, or how they met me, or the environment it came from, it looked like this. Like, one of them, like, I remember one time, man, it was like back in the day when I was out here. You know what I'm saying? So we in the club with this nigga named Rock and R. Kelly, right? So you think about that contextually, she's associating me. Rock is a nigga who heavy in the entertainment industry too. You know what I'm saying? She associated me with moving with this circle like, oh, he must be one of them guys.
Yeah.
And whether I was or not, I'm never going to give you $1. But her mindset when she, you know, we having conversations, Afterwards, like, she was very direct and aggressive. And I was like, this is very different.
What she say? This was after y'all had sex? She asked for the money after y'all had sex, or?
I think she asked me before. I navigated through.
That's even better.
But I was very intrigued.
I got checkers in the savings, and the way my checkers are set up, I got to move it from my savings.
You know what I'm saying? Can't you the ball, but I got you though. I'm never talking to you again. But yeah, I was very thrown aback by the energy. But obviously, she was so comfortable with it. It's something she do. You know what I mean? But I gotta qualify even that whole situation though, right? We in the club. I see Shorty. I shoot my shot. She shoot me down. She see me again later, again with that circle.
Okay.
Oh, it's wide open. I'm about to exploit the shit out you immediately. That's my whole plan, right? I have no desire. You have no value to me already. Yeah, it's my younger self. I'll move, you know what I mean? But the fact that she came to me later on, you know, maybe the next day or some shit. Like, man,
before then.
Like, man, you wildin', man. Is this how this world work? But again, it was so shocking to me. Like, I remember the instances where this has happened to me. It might have been 2 or 3. I've never given a woman $1 outside my wife probably. I say giving $1. I've taken on dates. I've done shit like that. Yeah. But directly handing you some cash, if your last name ain't Werner, no.
I don't think there should be a number to it, but if the message, and I'm making stuff up, but I do think that if you can't afford to date, that you shouldn't be dating. You know, I do kind of feel that. Unless you like go into the dating situation and that's the understanding between you and the woman or whatever, because you know you do want to do things and have experiences, and if you can't afford it and your answer every time got to be you know, I can't do it because I ain't got it, or I ain't got it, then you need
I
to
hear that.
Sit down and
I think there's a balance there, right? Again, that's why I struggle with the culture that we live in.
Yeah.
Most of us don't get to know one another. Most of us don't have that revolutionary or that radical honesty because we spend most of our time doing rather than being.
Yeah.
Right? Think about the constructs of what dates actually happen at. Right? The movies, the play, whatever the fuck it is, right? Your engagement is whatever the entertainment is, not with the other human being. You know what I mean? Even in the fucking dinner experiences. It's got to be the fucking dinner experience. Right, where you go to these kind of restaurants with this kind of ambiance, and eat my dick. This ain't what I'm here for.
Yeah, I think when you get to, because I was saying this to somebody about how if you contend with yourself, like I'm good, I can take care of myself, I can take care of my bills, like I'm decent, right? I have a little bit more leisure to sit with a guy and just like get to know him, and I'm not expecting him to take me nowhere for the most part. You know what I mean? I'm not expecting this big rah-rah type of extravagant experience, but I don't really care for that anyway. Right. You know? But especially if I know like that somebody has a situation going on.
Right.
So you can, you know, take that opportunity to like really get to know somebody and like enjoy them. But still, even when all that is said and done, it's like, all right, motherfucker, like we can't, you know what I mean?
I think we can have this conversation from a reasonable perspective or expectation that we're not talking about just bum ass people, right? Unmotivated, lazy, ain't got shit going, unintelligent, no hustle.
Okay.
Like we can, but just to have this number, if he don't hit this number, then
that's silly.
I could look at that lady and break her down in so many ways. Like, shorty, I could disqualify you for a million reasons right now. You know what I'm saying?
The camera was off. Y'all was fat shaming and said, so you.
Wow. First of all, I've never fat shamed in my life.
Crazy. That's crazy. But if you wanted to say, okay, if you're 50 pounds overweight, don't date, you would have to shut the fuck up right now, right? But nobody wants to hear that, because then you fat shaming, you bogus, and you wrong for saying that. She wrong for saying what the fuck she said.
Would it be okay if she found a dude that was 50 pounds overweight too?
It's okay either way, but I'm saying like if you, it's fine. It's fine either fucking way. I'm 50 pounds overweight, like whatever. Like it's okay. I'm just saying if you're gonna set these goofy ass motherfucking standards of qualification, surely you should probably invest in the mirror. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
She's a fucking nut. Get her goofy ass out of here.
But I think this is the culture we create, though, right? We create a culture of savagery. It just is what it is, right? So even with the number that she gives, it just, for me, you know, all this shit goes back to race for me. All this shit goes back to politics. All this shit goes back to the science of how we're being kind of programmed, right? So you think about that, and I sent y'all some other shit, and this ain't the topic of conversation, but dude pointed out the median income in the largest neighborhood in Chicago, which is a black neighborhood. The largest neighborhood in Chicago, the median income for families is $12,500. Now, that don't mean everybody there makes $12,500. You might have to do it at the higher end of the spectrum with 100 and something.
Right.
But when you do the median of all of the combined families in this neighborhood is 12.5, right? Some more basic data. Black men in Chicago from 18 to 44, 50% unemployment. Now, I ain't saying they ain't getting no money. I don't know, right? And be clear how they count unemployment statistics, right? You got to be actively looking for a job to be counted in those statistics.
Right.
So the niggas who didn't, I don't get counted in that statistic. I ain't had a job. Well, I have had a job.
Which I don't even know how they do that.
But yeah,
Because the numbers of applications and filings and stuff like that, they ain't counting the nigga who didn't just totally dropped out.
Right.
You know what I mean? The nigga that hustle on the corner doing whatever he do,
Right.
or you know, find a way around this shit. You know,
Self-employed or whatever.
Pay
right,
cash.
right.
I
But
know
we don't,
about that.
and that's just Inglewood, and that's the Chicago numbers. But we know what the numbers look like nationally. The reality of it is, we ain't even in them spaces. In reality, so when you had a conversation like he need to make 6 figures, nigga, 10% of Americans make 6 figures.
But that's because people looking at
Shit, goofy.
the internet.
Surely, right? But that's part of the conversation we had when we came in the door. Like, how do we find our lane, right? Like, how do we not be podcast bros? How do we memorialize sucker shit? I'm sick of the sucker shit conversations. That's why I even asked, like, have you had a woman directly ask you for money? Because these women have conversations and they kind of
Certainly not one I
rise
wasn't
to
in
the top
partnership
of the
with.
conversation like this is what it is out here. I've been with a lot of women. I've only had maybe 3 in my lifetime that said, can I have some money? I didn't even know the women names, so this is who them women is. You know what I mean? They structure like that, the pussy for sale, okay, I got it, I get in, and I don't get in. But I ain't invested in you.
Yeah.
I ain't never had a relationship with a woman like that. You
I've
know what
never
I mean?
really had that happen. If I wasn't in partnership with a woman, I've never had a woman like, yo, give me some money.
Yeah.
Or even
That always blows me.
considered.
At least it would
Yeah,
blow
you
me.
know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here.
That would fucking blow me.
Yeah.
Anything else? When your next video dropping?
No, we gotta go. Shut the woman
When your next video dropping, man?
on Patreon.
On Patreon. On
Pay to play.
Patreon.
Pay to play.
Pay to play. CE,
Gotta ask for no money.
the hottest new video vixen out here.
Man, I don't even know.
Here, get to it. We gotta go, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to this Relationship Friday edition of Herb and Two. Hope y'all got something out of it. Make sure y'all like the video. Please, please, please hit that thumbs up button to like the video. Also, make sure you subscribe to the page and share it with somebody that you think can get something out of it or add something to
Also,
it.
check out the website, man, herbert2.com.
Check out the website.
Merch.
Ron, put me on, Joe.
So look, we got
me
to
on
pay
the
attention
demo.
to this. We got to look at this design though, because the design is
Okay,
like,
come on.
It's some double entendre here, right?
Okay.
It says Herb and Two's
Right.
Custom Garage.
Right.
We replace engines. We replenish fluids.
Right.
We fix transmissions.
Right.
We rotate tires. Double entendre, right? If you take the concept of the car, make it the black mind, we doing all that to the black mind just by tuning the fuck in. This nigga too cold. I just want to just point that shit the fuck out. Goddamn, he cold.
That man is good. That man is very, very good. Go to the website, herb2.com. Check out the merch. Check out the Patreon. Become a Patreon member as well. Be an official dirtbag. We back here Monday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time for a live taping of Herb and Two. Huge shout out to Ron Rilla. That man is amazing. Huge shout out to P.I. Similarly amazing.
Sleepy.
He's an amazing.
Sleepy P.
He's an amazing wrester, though. He rests very well. Like, he's good
He's
at
a
the shit.
professional wrestler.
He's a professional king of R&R. Motherfucker ain't put out an album. We love P on the weekends. That's E. That's Two. I'm me. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum.
Bye.
Be good to each other.
Let's do Patreon. Can we get a clip? It was at like minute 46-ish. That was a 2-minute drill.